Representative Barr.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Secretary Rogers, thank you for your service. Critics of this administration's America First policy like to complain, asserting that we are alienating our allies and driving them towards the grasp of Xi Jinping's so-called charm offensive. There was this ridiculous interview this morning on CNN with some British diplomat who was suggesting that because we're ridding the world of this menace in Iran, that somehow we were alienating allies. Don't see that with our Gulf allies. Don't see that with Saudi Arabia. Don't see that, obviously, with Israel. We see appreciation and gratitude for ridding the world of this, the world's leading state sponsor of terror and their capabilities. But under President Trump's leadership, we are seeing a historic level of engagement, negotiation, strategic alignment through trade restructuring. But we're also supporting our allies with the return of hard power deterrence. So can you respond to some of these critiques and explain how this America First agenda is actually supporting our allies and helping us better compete and deter our adversaries?
Absolutely, Congressman, and thank you. So America First has never meant America alone. And as Secretary Rubio underscored at Munich, one reason we want our European allies to invest more in their own defense, for example, is because we believe safe, strong, prosperous allies make us safe, strong, and prosperous too. A hard deterrent obviously matters in the new foreign policy order that we're entering. I think we took the prior order for granted for too long, and the landscape is shifting. Now, this actually dovetails a bit with the misinformation topic, because some Iranian propaganda that we've seen successfully countered on Twitter is this idea that these Gulf countries aren't being bombed, randomly by Iran. They're not targeting civilian populations. They must have just been hitting U.S. military bases. And we see community notes on these tweets, and we see people respond and ratio them thoroughly with videos of Iran bombing the Burj Al Arab Hotel and random people in residential apartments. So the battlefield on which we fight the information war is evolving, but I think the new tools for winning on that field can be harnessed and marshaled by us in really favorable and impactful ways. I also think that we're renegotiating our nuclear deterrent framework now, and that's something that my colleague Tom Donano would be more equipped to talk about. But I think messaging on that has been made easier by the administration's resolve.
And do you believe that the willingness to use and to display the exquisite capabilities of our military in Operation Midnight Hammer, with the Maduro extradition, and with this campaign, Epic Fury, do you think Xi Jinping is more or less deterred? Do you think Kim Jong-un is more or less deterred? And do you think Vladimir Putin is more or less deterred?
Without a question more, Congressman.
Let me ask you about another PRC issue. In December, the House passed and President Trump signed into law the FY26 NDAA, which included portions of my bill, the Countering PRC Malign Influence Fund Act. This fund was designed to provide the Department of State, subject to clear congressional oversight, enhanced tools to combat Chinese Communist Party coercion, manipulation, and malign influence abroad. How is your office, Secretary Rogers, attacking the issue of Chinese malign influence, and how can the U.S. work with allies like Taiwan to counter U.S. skepticism narratives promoted by Chinese proxies in the Indo-Pacific?
I wish I had more than 5 minutes to answer that question, because it is such a multi-pronged effort and it's so important. So we are using our exchange fellowships and person-to-person engagement to generate tangible results. For example, we ran a communications program in Mexico warning about Chinese economic coercion and the Faustian bargain that China offers with ports and infrastructure. That campaign succeeded and contributed to new tariffs on Chinese goods. In the Indo-Pacific, we are actively fostering all of these alliances, and in the C5 countries, we've got these great critical minerals deals that are helping to secure our supply chain. Those are all very important. We are also working to expose Chinese United Front spending, which sounds consistent with the aim of your legislation, and those efforts are so multifaceted that I cannot discuss most of them in this setting, but they are very serious.
I applaud you, the administration, the President, Secretary Rubio, for all of this great work. China is increasing their diplomatic budget by 9.3%. There is a charm offensive, but what you all are doing in the Indo-Pacific is incredibly important. And I know our allies in Taiwan are grateful for all of this good work. and there should be no misunderstanding of this administration's resolve when it comes to deterrence in the Western Pacific. I yield back.
Thank you.